Hello, namaste, and good morning to all of our audience. Today, we are going to talk about the trend of English learning in our country. So, we have one of the most reputed instructor, English language instructor, and IELTS instructor we have. The first of all, I would like to introduce here Mr. David here. He's been long time for in this field teaching English language for Nepalese and other foreign student as well. And we have Steve Jensen here. He's been in the course for a long time as an IELTS instructor and certified internationally. So with no delay, I would like to draw attention to you about the trend. So first of all, I would like to ask you, sir, David, sir. So what do you feel? What are the major problems of English language that you feel in
Well,
this context?
that's a beautiful question. So far, I've been teaching English for a decade or 1.5 decade. What I have experienced myself is everybody wants to speak English better. They want to be smart in English communication. But one of the bad hurdle that I have realized is the more they want to speak English, the less they practice. They want to be better speaker, but the one of the big hurdle that I have experienced is they do not allocate their time for speaking. And I ask my students questions, how long do you allocate to speak English out of 24 hours? They hardly allocate a short period of time to speak English within 24 hours. So it's not possible to improve their English communications without speaking practice. That's what I have felt so far.
Thank you, sir. That's a wonderful experience. One of the things that I've realized is the student focus on the grammatical success, or they feel hindered when they practice grammatically wrong. What do you feel? Do you think this question is for Steve, sir, and do you think that grammar is really important when we are making a conversation or English language?
Well, thank you, sir, for asking that question. Well, as far as I've the experience in IELTS for about more than 10 years, but you see, you asked a very good point here about grammar and vocabulary. Well, that's what we think about. When we think of speaking English, we always think about grammar. We think about vocabulary. But that is, I think, the most... probable mistake that students can do while learning English. You see, grammar and vocabulary, that's an important quality, as everybody knows, but that is not the main point. If you are focusing just on the grammar, focusing on the grammar only, then that is not going to improve your speaking, obviously. You see, we have developed a habit, a sort of habit of speaking on the basis of the books. And you see, where has that gotten you? That has gotten you speaking in not a confident way and probably in a non-standard pronunciation. So what you need to do is you need to learn speaking English by listening and imitating other people. For example, how does a child learn speaking any native language? For example, in the context of Nepal, what do you think a baby does? Does a baby take a book and start memorizing grammar and vocabulary before saying, "Mama, I need some milk, give me some milk"? Does he do that? No, obviously not. So what a child does is he or she imitates the parents, the neighbors, and everybody around him or her. So that's how they learn to speak any language. So that would be the approach, I presume. And more importantly, there's a trend. You know, everybody here is trying just to pass the exams. That is, that they have got that tunnel vision. You know, I gotta pass my exam. I gotta get 70, 80 in English exams. That is where they're mistaken the most. You see, not only are you going to pass your exam, but you're also going to excel in the communicative pursuits. So what you got to do is you have to practice English for the sake of learning the language, not just as a subject. So take it as a language. That's my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful analysis that you find that students practice just to pass the exam, and the grammars are not much important for you to practice English. That's a wonderful analysis. So let me again turn back to David. Do you think that there's a lackings of motivation to the speaker in our context?
Thank you. Well, this is a fundamental question that until and unless a learner has the motivation, not just motivation, but super motivation to learn, it is not ever possible to learn English language. Let me give you one example. So we can lead a horse to the bank of the river, but we cannot force it to drink.
Correct.
Until and unless there is a trust, it is not possible to learn. So this same thing is what taking place in our language learning practice. Our students doesn't have the super motivation to learn language. Of course, they come to the class with some sort of excitement for a few days, but slowly and gradually they are going down. They do not have that same sort of excitement, after 2, 3 days, 4 days onwards, and they will not be able to improve their
So
language.
let me make you one questions here. As you have been teaching in government schools since long.
Yeah.
What kinds of motivation you have been pragmatically using to motivate the students in your personal matter?
Of course, yeah. So to begin with my own experience, what our practice is, we are totally guided by examination. Okay, our students are totally guided by, let's say, that examination orientation practice. So what I have tried to acculture this practice is English is a language, and it is not just for exam, but it is for communication. Language is for communication, so I encourage my students in communication rather than examination. That is how I guess we can better sit in the communicative pursuit.
Thank you, sir. I think we should twist the same questions to Saul as well. But I would like to add furthermore, more things. Do you think that we have a kind of problem that people think in Nepali and they try to respond that in English? Do you think is that really a problem in our context, or what's your analysis on it?
Yeah, that's interesting. You see, what our students are doing is that they're just trying to translate everything as if they were a Google Translate. And as per your own experience, you might have noticed that Google Translate is not always accurate. Is it? No, it is not always accurate. So stop trying to be Google Translate. What you need to do is speak from the heart. Yes. Rather than, trying to convert everything word for word, your native language into English, what you should do is produce your own language. That is to say, think in English, yes, dream English, as all of our students say, I eat English, I dance English, I sleep English, I walk English. Yes, you're saying that. That's a common belief, and that's a cliche, I guess.
Do you have any kinds of your personal experiences that, since you have a very sound English practically, do you have any kinds of personal experience that you have improved or enhanced your English yourself so that our audience can learn from you? Would be like a kind of motivation for them. If you like to say.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful opportunity. You see, obviously taking my case as an example, well, I haven't been to a foreign country, as you might be wondering. I've never been to Australia, never been to America, never been to London, but still, I can use a range of accents. And the main reason here is not the teachers, not the professors, but they obviously taught me the grammatical structures and everything, but they didn't teach me the accent. And you see, if you want to sound fancy, if you want to sound fluent, and if you want to sound just like a native, what you got to do is you have to start thinking in English. Well, I don't mean like really think in English everything, that's quite crazy, but what you should do is start with the movies. That's the best place to start. Yes, watch English movies, not in Hindi dub or Nepali dub. Watch English movies in English, read some novels, take English as a language rather than taking it as a subject. And I demand perseverance, persistence, and continuance. Yes, You know, Thomas Alva Edison once said, perseverance and persistence is the key to success. Obviously, if you watch a movie today and tomorrow you watch a Nepali, again Hindi and Hindi and Hindi, everything, that's not gonna work. So you gotta expose yourself continuously to the English medium. You see, you're studying in an English school, but you're not speaking English. You're just using Nepali. If you want to practice English, the real English, go with the movies, go with the TV series, get a little bit of help from them. You see, try to indulge yourself. The more, the better. And that's how you can really improve your English language. And as far as I know, accent also.
Thank you, sir. This is a really motivational and really worthy and very pragmatic way of doing it. By this note, we have to say that there is a proverb saying Rome was not built in a day or night. So it takes time and perseverance, and your persistence is required to improve your English language. So it takes time to do all these things. You don't have to worry on it. So by this note, we'd like to thank a lot of both of you, sir, Stain sir and David sir. And this is a series, you know. We gotta show you in next episode as well. We're gonna make a discussions of English language speaking trend in our context. So keep on subscribing us, keep on looking us. We're gonna see you next time. Thank you very much. Please subscribe the button.
Thank you.
you.